Hello, welcome back. CGB here. Playing the duels is running the zombies, looking for fresh brains. Deck we introduced a little yesterday, so if you want to see that. One change we're trying today is I subbed out Liliana Death's Majesty because it was, while a pretty card, not a big board impact where I needed it in the 5 spot. It just doesn't, like compared to other 5-cost things, just doesn't do all that much unless you have big creatures in your graveyard. And this deck isn't really about big creatures in the graveyard. And I subbed in Archangel Avacyn, which is an interesting addition to zombies, as definitely not a zombie herself, but another way to use that indestructibleness to protect your board state. Also has Selfless Spirit and is just a ridiculously powerful card that can square off with a lot of vehicles in the format. So let's get right to it. MAO is on the play. We are on the draw. Let's see how we do. And let's try for better. Ooh. On the draw, it's not great, but we're going to try it. We're a few land drops away from misery. Do I hold this Evolving Wilds? Let's see what we draw. I will hold it for now. But that's enough land, thank you, deck. Why you do this? Why you seem to always do this? And Grixis Control, perhaps. Not where you want your Gideon to be. Oh, it's a critter. Could play around Censor, but that's usually a trap of its own. Besides, I'm sure there are numerous ways to kill this thing. He's just going to cash a Censor. That's fine. If he cycles it for another card, at least he doesn't have another card. He's not a card deeper in his deck. Playing around Censor, unless it's... playing around Censor with 2 drops is probably a big mistake. Playing around Censor with 3 drops and 4 drops, you can justify it more. Alrighty, getting our land on. Grixis draw, go. Fun. And we're just way behind in the fact that we didn't keep a really playable hand. Maybe I should have mulliganed it. I don't know. On the draw, what I really want most is a removal spell and something strong. But then there are matchups like this where it's bad. Yeah, we're not just going to run our only threat out there. Yeah, you get to Glimmer. I know. I know. Pretty much living the life over here right now. Jesus. Yep. Yawns. More glimmering, more land dropping, more draw going. Certainly Counterspell City. So I guess we just have to try to use this Westvale Abbey to force something to happen. At least we're prepared for a Verdurous for a Gear Hulk now. If he just spikes a Gear Hulk, we can anguish it. But who knows? I mean, I'm sure he has removal spells for days, but he doesn't quite know that we're zombies. So if we can force some action on these tokens, maybe it'll clear things up later. Get it? Yeah, okay, cool. We can play this game. I'm sure he thinks we're a black-white control deck because we sure look like one. Nothing like going 15 cards deep with only one zombie. I guess we showed him the Servant. Now they remember that. So he's probably not too confused, although I'd wonder what the heck's going on. Alright. Not going to try to bait with Selfless here. He already used one fatal push on these tokens. Let's see how much we can get out of them. I could just run out the spirit. What's he going to do? Counter it, destroy it? I don't know. Let's try to get another token on the board, maybe? So that's worthy of a counter? Doesn't matter. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's just going to shoot it anyway. At this stage, it doesn't matter. Yeah, that's a good card. Could have tried to run the Gideon there, but I think it would be a fool's errand and a foolish thing. Do you expect that to resolve? Now, what? Thinking about cycling him, probably. We'll still make him respect this Abbey, though. We know that Disciple's on the way. She's in there somewhere. So, the less we give him to counter, maybe the better. But I guess we already crossed that road. He'll just throw more stuff at these dorks. Harnessing lightning, huh? Yeah, I'm not going to try to take away your energy. You got more? Where that came from, perhaps? Alright, we're just going to try to hold this for another zombie to show up. Yep, crack your other clue. It's fine. You got more? Just do it, dude. Don't hold back on me now. Yep, just run those removals. Hopefully we'll hit a batch of creatures here someday. Get to do things. Oh, it's Ulamog. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. I guess we'll deck and stone Ulamog. But now we get Gideon. He'll probably die, but we do get Gideon. Not the best Ulamog, that's for sure. I would definitely have held on to that if I were him. Seems really premature, but people do what they do. Alright, Gideon's probably just going to die, and that's the way it is. I wonder if that means I should emblem. Nah. He can do all the damage he needs to do. A Gideon emblem's not going to get him around much. And we'll see if it's Disciple of the Ring time here. As that's even scarier than Ulamog. So never return? Or what? Commit? What you got? 5 mana. Ah, intimations. Beautiful. Must be nice. So we'll go with you. And this is where we find out that sweepers are good. But hey, we get a drain out of the whole part, out of the deal. So I'm debating whether or not to upload this. I'm curious what you guys think in the comments. It's basically me getting wrecked because my early game was very poor. I don't know if that's good. I guess he doesn't have a sweeper here, so we're not quite dead, but we're probably dead. I don't know if that's worth watching. I'm certainly not enjoying it, but... Okay. Committed. He sure does love just throwing his removal around, and I've drawn... Let's see. I drew 1 removal spell in 3 games yesterday. I've drawn 4 in this game. 4 out of 8, I think. And none of them are the good one. The one that's actually useful. The one that makes zombies Dark Salvation. Okay. What is going on, homie? Which one should I go for first? He knows about the Lord of the Accursed. He's probably just going to stop both of these, but I've got to try. So he's probably going to counter this. Gear Hulk. Okay, Gear Hulk target. Confirm, probably. All right. I guess I want to do this first. Okay, he's going to commit that as well. Pretty good. Interesting. He didn't crack the clue. I wonder why. Sure. And I keep my fatal push. Lucky me. And I get 3 lands after... Oh my god. It's awesome. It's the most balanced starting hand I've had, and it's after I had a whole bunch of lands drained out of the deck. Love it. Love it. Magic's great. And no removal for the Gear Hulk this time. Let's see what we can do. Double vision, so now he wants to drain me? Great. Guess I should just play this to try to get under visions. So I should have just played it on my own creature, but I don't think 1 energy is going to matter. But I guess I didn't know about the double visions then. Right? He can kill it, but at least we'll make things a little rougher on his Gear Hulk for a turn. He can kill it with his visions. Okay, pause. Why cycle sensor when you have clues? Okay, whatever, man. Can't make you do nothing. Just fire off another one. Why not? Sure. Yeah, there was no point to firing off that push. I don't know. He's at 13. He's playing like an imbecile. Maybe we can pull it off. I'm playing pretty stupid too, though, to be fair. Dying of boredom, though. Dying of boredom over here. That doesn't do much. All 3 sensors down there? Yeah. Well, that's a total wrecking. The frustrating part is I knew I was dead on turn about 3, and yet it takes this long to lose. It's not fun. Unsubstantiate, huh? It's fine as a one of, I guess. But I don't think you need it when you also have commit in your deck. Ulamog, because why not? Chandra, because why not? Double Fevered Visions, why not? Not enough cards in the world. Yep. This is another deck I would love to play again. But that's fine. Sometimes you have the wrong half of the deck. Let's try again. Maybe we can get a better game that's more fun. I am curious how bad the control matchup is for zombies. I think it's great against creature decks. I just don't know if it even has good game against control, which is one reason it may be tough to run on Steam, as the control mages here are omnipresent, it seems. Well, this is interesting. We have no white, but we do have... it's so slow, though, too. I gotta do better. I need a better curve. Hey, I hit the button. Is it gonna work? I'm nervous. I'm nervous about the double mulligan. And he's out of there. Alright. Yay, AI battle. Completely useless for the testing. But let's see what we got. We got an Inventor's Apprentice. Stuff is real. But our 6-card hand, see, if I had a 6-card hand like this last game, I'd feel a lot better about just everything about that game. So I should have gone to 6. There is no doubt I should not have kept a 5-lander. I know how Stainless does 5-landers. They just bend you over and smash you with them. I will definitely send the Dread Wanderer in here. Okay, he didn't attack and he didn't block, so he just doesn't want to trade. It's weird that there's no 2-drop out of a vehicle type deck. But let's see if the AI keeps Harness Lightning up its sleeve. No, not yet. Mardu vehicles, probably. Do we have a Harvester? We have a Pia Nulla. Alright, interesting. So probably wants to block here, which means I could exile that, but no. Not yet, not yet. Let's send you. Hold you back until we can use some combat trickery, because I don't want him to just trade his Inventor's Apprentice for it. That would be lame. Because what you can do is block with Apprentice and Thopter on the Wayward Servant. And then I'd probably kill Apprentice, and that would be that. Okay, so Unlicensed Disintegration. If I play this, he'll just do it in response. But if I remove the artifact in response, it doesn't deal 3 damage. I guess we'll see what happens when we play this. Ooh, I love it. Okay, so that'll be the drains. Let's do this before combat. Keep my options up. I want to make sure I get this trigger if I can. And here comes Galvanic Bombardment. Okay, pitch. Well, not a good time for that. Now I know I can get in with my dorks. But that's the AI for you. Testing for nothing. All right, 1 card in hand, so if we draw land, we can get this back, double drain. Our opponent's on 5, so Glorybringer concerns. Archangel Avacyn concerns. The Avacyn's fine, we got the Anguished, so it won't blow us out that hard. So I guess we attack first. Fires up Needle Spires, this says non-land, but that's what it is. I don't know. If he double blocks here, I can unmake, but that's not really the way I want to use my turn. I guess if he does that, I'll just grave dig my Lord back up. So that's fine. Let's see what happens. Needle Spires. How you want to block. Alright, so this is going to die, which means this is going to die, and this is not going to die. I think I'll just go the Grave Digger road, since he's going to lose most of his board as it is, and I get to save the unmaking. And the winner is Lord of the Accursed, for sure. It just adds more than even double Servant. There is a case for taking Servant or Selfless because of what happens if I draw land, so I can double spell, try to win this game. Our opponent's hand must be particularly weak. They're hitting all their land drops, so they might be a little flooded. I'm just going to go with this again and try to save this for later. We could use it right here, but I don't think it's worth it. If he's trading off his stuff forever, he'll have a hard time winning the game. Okay, just a chump. He needs a big play. He has hit every land drop. I'm guessing he's flooded. And it is a Declaration Stone. Okay. Just thinking. Can get him to 1. I still think that saving this for something better is wise. Let's see what we get. Interesting. Alright, we'll get our drain thing. There's the unlicensed. Interesting that Declaration Stone and unlicensed were in the hand that long. AI being stingy with removal. Doesn't want to shoot my 2-drops and my Grave Diggers. Alright. Draw go usually means more removal. Let's put it to the test. There it is. Unlicensed Declaration. Galvanic Bombardment. Well, then you drop the Haymaker. Then you Windmill Slam your Gideon. Lots of removal in this deck. No vehicles. Just straight awkward draw. Let's go for the win. See if our opponent has something. Another removal spell. Another removal spell. Yeah, very removal heavy version of the deck. Maybe that's why you didn't draw your vehicles. So we'll get the zombie boys onto the battlefield. We still have this in the yard, but we've never gotten down to 1 card to get it back. We're not drawing lands, we're drawing useful spells. Can't complain too much. Alrighty. Finish him. How many removal spells can you get out of 1 card? Not this time. Well, Robo-Zool, your Martyr Vehicle deck, as piloted by AI, did not hold up. Let's try to get one more. And let's get our head on straight before we see this opening 7. Make sure we keep a hand that has a curve and does things, as opposed to a hand that has 1 removal spell, 5 lands, and a planeswalker that once upon a time, well, there was a time, let's just say there was a time in Duels where you could keep 6 lands and a Gideon and you might win the game. But that was a long time ago. There's just a lot better cards in the pool now. This is like no zombies. But if our opponent, like double Selfless Spirit, I mean, if our opponent's doing anything to deal with that, I think I can try to keep it. I think we can try it. Selfless Spirits, they're reasonable pressure. 2 mana for 2/1 flying isn't great, but they do have to deal with it. On the play, that can get annoying. It can keep planeswalkers out of the loop. All right. And when you support like an Angel of Invention with a Selfless Spirit, or any of our good zombies with a Selfless Spirit, things get good. But you wouldn't know this was a zombie deck, would you? This is kind of the downside. Less synergy. Mardu continues. The Mardu problem intensifies. All right. I guess if he wants to push one, we'll see. We'll just see if he wants to. He might hold a Fatal Push, or he might just throw it. But I think if I just throw this Spirit, he would definitely throw one. Whereas he might be waiting to end step to see if I play something else, which would be silly, because Selfless Spirit gives Indestructible, but you never know what your opponent's thinking. Don't presume to. You try, but don't presume you absolutely know what your opponent is thinking. All right, he kept a hand with his colors. He's going into his 3rd turn. He's going for Galvanic Bombardment. Making the rounds today. Let's go ahead and crack it. Maybe he mistimes a Fatal Push. It's a different opponent, but Galvanic Bombardment back on the radar. Another removal spell. Prefer things more aggressively, but whatevers. Again, it's amazing how deep I can go in my deck without zombies. Let's see if the non-zombie side of this deck can win a game, though. All right, Gideon. You're probably going to get Nevered or Anguish Unmade or whatever, but at least you'll get probably a Time Walk turn out of him and a Knight to help with our beatdowns. And then if we draw a land for Angel, we're looking good. Fourth land's untapped. Are we looking at Nahiri? Looking at his own Gideon, his own Chandra. None of those are very good right here. Murder. Cracks. He hasn't had a Fatal Push yet, but there's no reason to just let it get murdered. Not to mention he could do it in response, but we've already covered that. All right, hit me. Beautiful. We're out of spirits, so sweepers are bad, okay, but it doesn't catch Gideon. And this hit will be extra hard. And we'll go with the servos. He dies to a Radiant Flames or a Languish or a Planar Outburst anyway. We may as well have tokens in case all that it is a spot removal spell. Galvanic Bombardment also would go for 3, so there's just no reason to pump the counters on him. What's it gonna be? Is the sweeper there? It seems like a Mardu removal deck from all that we've seen. And let's see what you got. Oath of Gideon. So Planeswalker deck, but I'm guessing they did not want to feed their Planeswalkers to us. Nom nom nom. Zombies showing up late to this party. We could have made an emblem, but plussing is both more damage and harder to deal with if our opponent had 2 removal spells, which is unlikely, but you never know. And that will finish that one off. as the zombie deck does non-zombie things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed these 3 games for today. What did we learn? We learned to keep better hands. We also learned that the Selfless Spirits, the Angel of Invention, the Gideon, they are very powerful cards. They can win a game on their own if you've got the right mix. And I think they still deserve a spot, even if it doesn't quite feel as zombie-ish and Walking Dead-ish as you want it to. But they'll stay for now, and we'll see you next time.